Hey everyone, my name's Chris, and I'm going to show you how to make the Heirloom tomato sandwich. It's a very simple sandwich and it speaks to summertime. It's a few ingredients, and when done well, it's one of the best. I would say if you don't execute well, it's one of the worst sandwiches. So make sure you take special attention to the QC issues I talk about, and they all revolve around the tomato itself. So you're going to be getting tons of different colors, sizes, and shapes of tomatoes from our farmers, and they're all different varieties of heirloom tomatoes. They're all have unique properties and characteristics to them, and they're all really yummy in this sandwich, right? So again, you're going to pick out the tomato or tomatoes that you're going to be using. I'm going to start with this red one. And the first part is removing the core. So what we don't want to do is slice this and then kind of cut around it with a serrated knife to get the core out. You want to use a tomato shark. So it's really important that your location has a couple of these as we're running this sandwich. Now, if the core is small, you could just push down and twist, right, and then twist underneath to gently cut out that core. Or if it's a little bigger, you might have to push around the core a little bit because it's bigger than the core itself. And then as you get in there, you're gonna twist and scoop under, all right? What you don't wanna do is use force when you cut this out. See how gently that's scooped out? If I use force when these tomatoes are really ripe, you're gonna rip it and then the tomatoes are gonna get sliced and you're gonna lose a lot of juice. All right, so from here we wanna cut these tomatoes 3/4 of an inch thick. Now you want them to be thick because that's the shining star of the tomato. So if you get a piece that on the end that's a little too thick, and then if you cut it, the odd piece is too thin, don't worry about it. We could use 100% of these tomatoes, right? This goes to Israeli. So give this to the prep person, we'll chop it up, but you should be using 100% of the tomato besides the core. Now from here, remember guys, you're gonna have some end pieces and some center cut pieces. Now what you don't want in a sandwich is all end cuts, top or bottom, because it's gonna be really leathery and you're gonna be biting through nothing but skin. So you should have mostly center cuts, and then you're gonna supplement around the edges with the end cuts, right? So make sure you cut your end cuts in half and place those around to fill out the sandwich. All right, so from here I'm gonna take my salt and pepper, 2 shakes on each side, turn them over. Now remember, as soon as you start cutting a tomato, the quality starts going down. As soon as you add salt to it, it goes down even faster. But that tomato needs salt to be yummy. So when you're cutting these, they gotta be to order, and you have to salt and pepper them to order, all right? So now I'm gonna build my sandwich. I got my warm bread out of the oven, and I'm gonna cut this open. I'm gonna put my mayo on. You wanna be a little generous with this one. It should coat the bottom. I'm gonna take 2 slices of cheese and put them side by side. Now if the slices are a little big, it's okay that they overlap a little bit, but you don't want one slice sitting on top of the other one. You want them spread out so they fill the entire sandwich. And I'm gonna put my tomato in there. Now you notice that's a center cut and then a half piece of the top cut, right? I'm going to take a piece of leaf lettuce, right, that fits the pita, and if it's just slightly bigger than the pita, that's okay. You're going to bend that bottom stem up on itself and kind of tuck it in there so the frills are equal with the top of the sandwich. All right, but the lettuce should fill the sandwich, the tomato should fill the sandwich, and all the other ingredients layered appropriately like that. So that's the heirloom tomato. Thanks, guys.